Welcome back to the Chattable podcast, where enrich vocabulary and speak English with pride.
Thank you. It is always great to be here.
And a big welcome to you, the listener. We are really glad you are joining us today. Now, for today's deep dive, we are doing something a little bit special. We are taking our time, keeping the pace just a little slower, and really exploring two fascinating English idioms.
Exactly, because our mission today isn't just to, hand you a dictionary definition and move on.
Yeah.
Anyone can just look up a word online.
Right, that is the easy part.
Right. What we want to do is uncover the vibe of these phrases, the history behind them, and the hidden rules that native speakers use without even thinking about it. That way you can use them with total confidence.
I love that. Uncovering the vibe. So let's jump right in. Our very first phrase today is put the work in.
Put the work in. It's such a great phrase.
It really is. And I noticed when I was looking at the origin of this, it almost always points back to physical labor, like skilled trades, building things with your hands.
Yes, exactly. The origin is intensely physical.
Yeah.
So, picture a builder or a carpenter in a workshop.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
If that carpenter wants to build a really strong house, or say a beautiful dining table, they can't just stand there and stare at the wood.
Right. Staring doesn't build a table.
No, it definitely doesn't. They have to actually pick up the tools, they have to sweat, they have to move, and they literally have to put their physical work into the object they're making.
Oh, wow. So you are taking your invisible energy and transferring it into a physical thing?
Precisely.
Yeah.
You're putting your work into it. And over time, English speakers just started using this for things that aren't physical at all. It means giving immense effort, time, and hard work to get a good result.
Which gives it a very specific feeling. The vibe here is it's very admiring. It's hardworking. It shows a lot of dedication.
It is a massive compliment if someone says you put the work in.
Okay, let's unpack this a little more. Is this kind of similar to a vintage arcade game?
Oh, an arcade game. How so?
Well, to play the game, you physically have to put a coin into the machine, right?
Right.
If you don't put the coin in, nothing happens. But in this metaphor, the currency isn't a coin. The currency is your personal energy.
I really like that analogy. Yes, that is exactly it. And the key there is that it's an active, continuous investment. It isn't just one coin and you are done forever.
You have to keep playing.
Exactly. Let me give you a real-world example of this from the movies. Have you heard about the biopic about Michael Jackson? The movie called Michael?
Oh, yes. With Jaafar Jackson playing him, right?
That's the one. Jaafar is actually his nephew. But to play his uncle, Jaafar didn't just show up on set on the first day and say, okay, let's film.
He couldn't. Those dance moves are iconic.
Right. The expectations were huge. So he really put the work in. He spent over 2 years taking intensive acting lessons.
2 years just preparing.
Yes. And he was rehearsing constantly to perfect those specific dance moves and the vocal mannerisms. He invested a massive amount of his time before a single camera ever started rolling.
That is dedication. It reminds me of, a more everyday example. My neighbor, Maya.
Oh, what did Maya do?
She just won our local city marathon.
Oh, wow. That is a huge accomplishment.
It is. But, she didn't win by chance. She didn't just wake up and decide to run 26 miles. She put the work in by waking up at 5 in the morning every single day for 6 months.
Running in the dark and the cold, probably.
Exactly, just to train her body. So that's the continuous investment we were talking about. But let me ask you this. When would this phrase sound weird? When should you absolutely not use it?
That is a crucial question because there is a very strict rule here. You should never, ever use put the work in to describe luck or an easy accidental win.
Okay, so no luck allowed.
None. Imagine a guy named Ethan. Ethan goes to the store, buys a scratch-off lottery ticket, and he wins $100.
Good for Ethan.
Right, it's a great day for him. But it was pure random luck. You would never say, wow, Ethan really put the work in to win that $100.
Because all he did was scratch a piece of paper. He didn't build anything.
Exactly. He didn't exert any real sustained effort. So the phrase completely fails there.
That makes total sense. So you can control your own effort. You can put all the work in the world into your goals. But your success also depends on navigating the people around you, right?
Oh, absolutely. You don't live in a vacuum.
Because you could put the work in, but if you accidentally upset the people in charge, you might still fail. Which transitions us perfectly to our second phrase for this deep dive, get on the wrong side of.
Yes, get on the wrong side of. This one is fascinating.
It feels very different from the first one. The vibe here is cautious. It's careful. It's almost like a warning.
It is a warning. It essentially means to annoy or anger someone who specifically holds power over you.
So where does this physical idea of a wrong side come from?
It is a spatial metaphor. English does this a lot. Imagine that a person literally has two physical sides. They have a good, friendly side, and they have a bad, angry side.
Like two halves of a room.
Exactly. If you offend them, it's as if you have physically walked over to their wrong side. You have stepped into the area where they are unhappy and where they might make your life difficult.
Okay, wait, let me push back on this for a second.
Sure, go ahead.
Why does it have to be someone with power? What if I just get on the wrong side of my friend because we strongly disagree on, I don't know, ice cream flavors?
Oh, I see what you're saying. That is a really common point of confusion.
Yeah.
Let's call this the ice cream rule.
The ice cream rule, I like that.
It helps clarify things perfectly. So imagine two friends, Zoe and Harper. Zoe loves chocolate ice cream, and Harper prefers vanilla.
A classic debate.
Right. Now, Zoe would never say, I am afraid to get on the wrong side of Harper by ordering chocolate.
Because what is Harper going to do?
Exactly. What is she going to do? A casual difference in taste won't cause any real retaliation. Harper is just a friend. She doesn't have any authority over Zoe's life.
So there is no real danger. The power dynamic is missing.
Yes. You only use get on the wrong side of when the person has the structural power to actually cause consequences for you. Bosses, politicians, teachers, that sort of thing.
Okay, that makes it so much clearer. Do you have a real-world example of that power dynamic?
I do. A very clear example comes from American politics. So, during the Trump era, political reporters noticed that many Republicans were extremely wary of offending the president.
Right, because of his influence in the party.
Exactly. They actively avoided getting on his wrong side out of fear of retaliation from the White House.
Because if they upset him, he could ruin their political careers.
Precisely. The president holds immense structural power. It's not about just disagreeing on policy. It's about avoiding professional consequences.
That is a massive scale, but we see this in everyday life too, especially in the workplace.
Oh, constantly. Give me a workplace example.
Okay, let's look at a guy named Lucas. Lucas just got a new manager named Elena, and Lucas makes sure his weekly reports are handed in exactly on time every single week.
Not a minute late.
Not a minute late. Because he doesn't want to get on the wrong side of Elena. He knows that if he annoys her, the consequences are real. She could give him terrible projects or deny his vacation time.
Right. It is all about avoiding bad consequences from a person in authority. Lucas is protecting himself.
So when we look at both of these phrases together, they really complement each other.
They do. They cover the two main parts of achieving anything.
Right. First, you celebrate the things you can control. You put the work in. That is your energy, your effort.
Living the table, running the marathon.
Exactly. But at the same time, you have to be mindful of the things you cannot control. You have to navigate authority carefully to avoid getting on the wrong side of the people who hold the keys.
It is the perfect balance of hard work and, well, social awareness. Which leaves me with a final thought for you, the listener, to ponder today.
Oh, a provocative thought. I love these.
We have spent this time looking at how English visualizes these concepts, using physical materials for effort and using physical spaces, like sides, for authority.
Right.
But how does your native language visualize effort and authority? Do you have an idiom that describes physical labor turning into success? Or maybe a metaphor about navigating the dangerous sides of powerful people?
That is such a great question to explore on your own. Looking at those cultural differences really helps you grasp the language on a deeper level.
It really does.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for this special, slightly slower deep dive today. Keep thinking about those metaphors, keep practicing, and most importantly, confidently put the work into your English journey. We will see you next time.